Hi everyone, my name is Nitesh and welcome to my channel. What if I told you that you could create and update content in AEM just by talking to an agent, or even find the perfect image without clicking through endless folders? Well, Adobe just made that possible. Adobe recently released AI Agents in Adobe Experience Manager, and this will change how you work in AEM, whether you create content or write code. And the best part is, you can try these AEM agents right now for free without any licensing or asking for anyone's approval. And I'll show you how. This video is part 1 of a 2-part series, and in this video, I'll explain what AEM agents are, why they matter, and we will also set up the trial account so that you are also ready to experiment with these agents. In the next video, we will dive into each agent with real examples. So let's get started. Before we dive into AEM agents, let me explain the difference between an AI assistant and an agent. An AI assistant like ChatGPT works like this. You ask for something, you get an answer, then you copy and paste it wherever you need. For example, if you need campaign text, you ask ChatGPT, it gives you the text, and then you go to AEM, find your page, locate the component, and paste it there. You still do the manual work of applying the change in AEM. AI agents are different. They understand what you say, figure out what you want to do, they understand the system, and actually do it for you. So instead of clicking through menus, you just tell the agent what you want in plain language, and it does the rest of the work. Let's take an AEM example to understand it better. Imagine you need to update text on a page. Now, instead of knowing the page path and opening it in the editor, you just tell the agent what to change by supplying the live page URL. It does everything while you just check and approve. You still keep the full control, but the agent handles the heavy work like updating the content, finding assets, checking brand guidelines, and many more. Okay, so now that we understood the difference between AI agent and AI assistant, let's talk about 5 agents that are available right now in Adobe Experience Manager. First one is Experience Production Agent. Now this agent tackles massive content jobs that normally can take up to weeks. It can do bulk updates across multiple pages, generate new pages or even forms, or even migrating entire sites into Adobe Experience Manager. For example, you can create adaptive forms just by describing what you need without relying on developers, or business user can update the page without knowing the absolute path in Adobe Experience Manager. They just need to provide the live URL of the page. Next one is Content Optimization Agent. Now this one transforms your images and assets. You tell it what you need, like creating new renditions, change backgrounds, optimize for different channels. For example, you can say create a rendition for Instagram stories, and it handles the format, aspect ratio, and quality automatically. Next one is Discovery Agent. This agent eliminates clicking and hunting through different folders. So you just ask, find product images from last quarter campaign or anything else to describe the image what you're looking for, and it delivers what you're looking for. It doesn't just read metadata, it also understands what images are about. So you describe just what you need. Next one is Governance Agent. This ensures everything stays compliant within your brand standards and guidelines. For example, while generating the content, you can also validate it against brand rules. It can also flag expiring assets or pages that do not meet your standards. So you can run the rule against the live pages of your website. Next we have is Development Agent. This one supports your developers and technical teams. Right now it only troubleshoots failed Cloud Manager pipelines and guide you on the fixes. So developers can focus on implementing solutions instead of digging through logs for hours and do the troubleshooting. Now you must be thinking which agent to choose and when to use. Now you don't need to pick which agent to use. The system automatically routes your request to the right one. Sometimes even multiple agents work together. For example, if you have a requirement where you need to find an asset with something and then insert it as an image in some of the component, it would use Discovery and Experience Production Agent in the background. So Discovery would find the image for you, and Experience Production Agent will make the changes using that image. There is one limitation though. AEM Agents is only available for AEM as a cloud service and edge delivery services. and not for AEM 6.5 or on-premise setups. Also, this feature is currently in beta, so you may encounter occasional issues, which you can expect. Please report your findings to Adobe because that feedback can help improve the features. And here is a pro tip from my experience. Think of these agents like talking to a colleague. Instead of just giving a single command, have a conversation. Discuss what you're trying to do, refine your ideas together, and let the agent handle the execution. That back and forth is what makes this very powerful. So, after looking at these agents, you probably want to try them out, but you're thinking about licensing. Well, here's the good news. Adobe lets you try this for free with a 30-day trial and a boilerplate project set up for you. So this way, your own data and content is safe and you do not need any additional approval. So let's see how we can set this up. First, go to aem.now in your browser and you will land on this page. This is the sign up page provided by Adobe for the trial. Here you will see an email field. You will also see Frescopa project, which is the boilerplate. And here is the explanation of the 5 agents that we just saw, and it gives you a brief description of what they are. Next, you can enter your email address. Now this can be your personal email address or your organization email address. Now I'll enter the email address and then I'll select this Frescopa, and after that I just select the terms and condition and also the captcha. I'll see if everything is okay and then I click on the continue. Now this essentially submit the request to Adobe. This is a progress screen. Adobe is creating your AEM space, provisioning your cloud service environment, and also deploying the Frescopa project that we selected. Now this might take few minutes, so do not close the browser. And once this is complete, you will get the details of your environment in the email that you provided. Okay, so now I think the environment is ready. You can now expect an email from Adobe where you'll get the environment details. Let's go to our email. And here you see we got 2 emails from Adobe. First is AEM Playground and second is about the provisioning of the author environment. So this contains the access of the author AEM author environment where you can log in and see the content. And this is the organization where you got the access, which is AEM Sites Trial. Now let's open the other email where we got the details about the sandboxes. So here you see bunch of URLs that are there. They are essentially the access detail of the playground that are created for you. So let's go one by one to understand. So first we have Experience Hub, and in this URL you see AEM Sites Trial, that is the organization, and this gives you access to Adobe Experience Manager. Next we have AEM Host. This is your authoring environment. See, all the contents that you see on your website are available in this author environment, and you see the program details and also the environment details through the numbers that are appearing in the URL. So this is where you will create your content, manage assets. Now this is the preview URL. This is sort of a staging environment where you will test your changes before they go live. Now this is following the Edge Delivery Services pattern of setting up the URLs for staging and live. And this one is the production URL. Now this is your live public facing website. So after testing it on preview, you will publish your content to the live website, which is the production website. So let's continue with the login. We will click on this Experience Hub, and here notice that we have to provide the email address, and this is the sign-in page of Adobe, the standard page. Some of you might be familiar with this. So you just provide your email address that we supplied while we were setting up the playground. So I will put my email address here that I used while provisioning, and then I will click on continue. And since I am using this account for the first time, it will need additional information. Now this is the standard Adobe practice. So because this is the first time, we will enter the OTP that we have received in the email just to verify the identity for the first time. So I go to my email, and then you need to supply the verification code that you got. And once you verify, you will land to this page where you need to create an Adobe account. Now this is my personal account. There are 2 types of account in Adobe, which is personal account, and then you have SSO account, which is the business account. Now, because this is the email address, this is a personal account. It's also true across the Adobe software. If you purchase any software, you need to create this account. So I'll provide my first name, my last name. I will enter the password, and then I'll supply the details like date of birth. And then you can also select the country or region where you are located. Let's verify the details once more. And after that, You can check whether you want Adobe to contact you via email or not. And once you are satisfied, you click on complete account. So this should complete creation of the Adobe account for you. Now you will use the same account details for logging into the author environment and the Experience Hub as well. Now this is the home page or the landing page where you can navigate to other Adobe tools as well. This one is restricted to sites, forms, and assets. But in reality, if you have more accounts in your other sandbox or other environment, you will see all those listed here. So this left-hand navigation is quite handy if you have to switch between different provisioning of Adobe Experience Manager, because then you have content fragment, experience fragment, universal editor, and launches and everything else. Now this is also a place where you have the AI assistant. This is the AI assistant which we will be using it, and that's where all the agents are, which you can see here, all those agents listed and with the example prompts: experience discovery, governance, content optimization, and development and content. Now let's head to the authoring environment that got provisioned for us. So if you click on the sites, you will land on this author page. Now because I have logged in already, so it takes those authentication details, and then I can see this structure here. Now this is the environment details which you can match with the email that you got. And here the content is created in this structure where you will see this setup, and then you see this structure created for you where all the content related to your website lives. Now this URL that you see here is exactly the same URL that you got in the email. So you know that this author environment was provisioned for you. So we go back to this and then you confirm it. Now let's check the preview URL. So if you go to the staging URL that you got, you will see the preview of the index page with the extension aem.page. That means that this is a preview server for you, and before publishing anything to the live site, you will be publishing it to the preview. And then we have the live URL, which is the production URL. This is with the .aem.live extension, and this is the live website, like I said. So your end users are most likely referring to this website. So make sure you are testing your changes on the preview server before you publish it to the live server. Now, one thing I wanted to show you, you see the structure that we have here. So this website name is exactly the same that we saw in the author environment. So you see that this website is the one that is hosted, and this index page is essentially the home page of the live website or the preview that we saw. And if you open this page in the AEM, you will see it here, and you can author it. And if you make some changes, you see this option here. When you click on the publish, you have two options. You can do it to the preview server, and you can also do it to the live server. So preview goes to .aem.page, and the live, if you publish it there, it goes to the aem.live website that we saw. So let's make a quick change to see whether it is connected or whether it is working. So I'm going to change this text from 4 to 2, and then when I'm satisfied, I'll click the publish. For this example, I'm going to publish it to the live just to test. You can also see what the changes are. I'll click the publish, and as you can see, it has started the publishing. And once the publishing is complete, if you reload the page after clearing the cache, you will see your changes have been published here. Now this confirms that connection is working. So any other changes which you are going to make while testing the AEM agent, you will be publishing it and then testing on either on the stage URL or on the live URL. And to access all the agents, you will always go to the Experience Hub where all the agents are listed. This trial uses Edge Delivery Services with Universal Editor. Your content lives in AEM as a cloud service, but it gets published to Adobe's Edge network. The Universal Editor lets you edit the content in context, seeing exactly how it looks while you make the changes, and also helps you publish it to the live servers. Remember, this trial lasts only for 30 days, then Adobe automatically deletes the environment. So start exploring right after you get those emails. The Frescopa templates gives you real content to work with, so you can immediately test the agents with all the content that is present there. And that includes pages, content fragments, and digital assets, so you can test various agents and various scenarios. So now that we have completed the setup, let's do a quick recap. So we covered the difference between AI assistant and agents, how AEM agents work directly in AEM using normal language. We saw an overview of all the 5 agents: experience production for content creation, content optimization for optimizing the assets or generating the variation on fly, discovery agent for finding the assets in a very efficient way, development agent for troubleshooting the failure on the pipeline, and governance agent for the compliance check. And we also saw how you get your own AEM sites trial with these agents, Universal Editor, and Edge Delivery Services setup. In the next video, We will go deeper into each agent with real examples and live demos. If you like the video, share it and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.